Hello, I'm Tab Hunter. Did you know that mental illness claims more victims than any other disease? That's right. 1 American in every 10 is suffering from some disabling mental or emotional disorder. Please join in the fight against mental illness. Support your mental health association. Thank you.
Is for everybody, not just for the few. Anyone can share VD with someone nice as you. VD is for everybody, darling. Have no doubt that anyone can get VD. That's what it's all about.
If you're curious or confused, get information or a pamphlet at most pharmacies or a health clinic. If you need help, see a doctor.
You know, they may find a cure for cancer even without your help. But if I were you, I wouldn't bet my life on it. We're asking you for help again this year. You're lucky. It could be the other way around. Want to invest in your family's future? Give to the American Cancer Society.
Every story has its hero. Most of us don't have a chance very often to be storybook heroes. But then again, maybe the real heroes are the quiet kind. Someone who takes an admirable part in a remarkable action without any thought of glory or applause. Now, right now, all of us can be involved in a remarkable action ourselves. The volunteer fight against our country's #1 infectious killer, tuberculosis. TB is attacking Americans at the rate of 1 every 5 minutes. Every half hour, another American dies of TB. But we're in this thing, and we're fighting TB when we buy and use Christmas seals. We're in there with the doctors and research scientists who are working to find ways of stopping TB. We're helping to make chest x-rays possible for everyone. We're teaching children and grown-ups how to protect themselves from TB. And we're helping to give ex-TB patients a chance to live useful lives. In my book, anyone who's a part of this contribution to humanity is a hero, the quiet kind. Someone who's taken an admirable part in a remarkable action without thought of glory or applause. Won't you answer your Christmas seal letter today? It's your chance to be a hero. This is the letter I mean. This one. Thank you.
Action.
Okay, cut. That's fine, fellas. Thanks, Duke. See you in the morning. Good night, Mr. Wellman. Folks, there's a little rough and tumble for you. But even in motion pictures, if you were to have a man fighting for his life every 5 minutes or so, it'd seem a little bloodthirsty. Well, in real life, every 5 minutes, 1 American is attacked by tuberculosis, TB. Murph, you got those Christmas seals?
Coming up, Mr. Wayne.
TB attacks at any age, old folks right on down the line to the kids, like these on this year's Christmas seals. Maybe you have a couple of youngsters like these, a little older, a little younger. The point is that Christmas seals fight tuberculosis, and when you buy and use Christmas seals, you're helping to prevent TB from getting at them, or at any of us. You never know whose life you're saving when you buy Christmas seals, but the important thing is that you are helping to save lives. So please answer your Christmas seal letter today. And if it hasn't arrived, mail your contribution to your Tuberculosis Association. Ask them to send you your Christmas seals. Thank you very much.
Surprised to find me, Gail Gordon, in a cancer research laboratory? Of course, I'm not a cancer researcher, but I am interested in finding an answer to the cancer problem, and I know how each of us can help. Please respond generously to the American Cancer Society's fundraising appeal, and contribute some time, too, as an American Cancer Society volunteer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Danny Thomas, and it's my privilege to speak in behalf of Variety Clubs International. I'm sure some of you know about the wonderful work done by Variety. Groups of unselfish show business guys all over the world, bound together for the purpose of alleviating the suffering and distress of underprivileged and unfortunate children everywhere. In the areas of Northern California, the Variety Club has dedicated itself to turning light into the dark world of the blind. This child is blind. He was born blind. Without help, he could remain in darkness. But with understanding, a sense of security and training, he can become a happy child and live a meaningful life. The Variety Club of Northern California, through its Blind Babies Foundation, provides help to blind tots of preschool age, giving them the chance to live better lives. Skilled professionals retained by the foundation work directly with the children and their parents, bringing special skills and the most modern techniques to the difficult task of training and providing a sense of security. And help through counseling is offered to the parents and the families of blind children. The skilled workers teach an understanding of the problems of blindness. They offer encouragement and advice. All of which gives to the handicapped child security and warmth. The deep wounds of a life in total darkness are avoided. This blind tot is only one of many here in Northern California. Hundreds have been helped by the Variety Club Blind Babies Foundation, but there is still much more work to be done. More children born blind must be offered a chance to fully develop their potential and to achieve a rewarding life. More light must be turned into more dark worlds. Now the ushers will pass among you and ask for the odd change in your purse or wallet, or for you older guys, the few pennies in the old vest pocket. Put them in a receptacle as an investment to the citizens of tomorrow's America. Please give. The care of our children is very important. Believe me, I know. Through my own experience with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you.
Birth defects strike over 250,000 infants a year in this country alone. What can we do about it? Plenty. You know, research has shown that some birth defects can be prevented by proper prenatal care, and that includes good nutrition.
Well, that's not bad, but 4 pounds in 2 weeks isn't terrific.
I'm Mark Hamill, asking you to protect the unborn and the newborn.
Men who flirt with death, the daredevil novellis who speed through hoops of flame, Johnny Fisher who daringly hangs upside down thousands of feet above the ground, Sir James Terwilliger who tempts the fates as he flaps his wings in futile flight, and Jerry Ross who hasn't had a medical checkup in over 10 years.
Don't live dangerously. We want to wipe out cancer in your lifetime.
You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. No man is alone, nowhere under the sky. A prayer, a plea never dies, just echoes and re-echoes, lingering on the air. The call is for you, and you can hear it. even over the wind of a hurricane. The anguish of a father.
Everything's smashed.
You hear. You shelter and clothe the homeless. You feed the hungry. You help rebuild homes, lives. And sometimes the call comes from afar. A little music goes a long way, all the way to Korea, in the wards where grim, silent battles are fought.
Does anyone remember?
And you do remember. A birthday, a letter to a loved one. And you say to them, you are not alone.
I want to live. I want to see my baby.
Your blood given from your veins, your heart, saving a mother's life. All this you do through your American Red Cross. All this and more. Your membership card means you are not alone. You're not alone when you need help. You're not alone when you give help. Answer the call. Join and serve.
Hi. How's the battle going?
Not so good. I've seen you before. Are you a doctor?
Nope. My name's Frank. What's yours?
Arnold Gordon Nolte Jr. My folks don't call me Junior. They call me Gordy.
Okay, Gordy. Say, the doctors here at the hospital tell me you're a pretty good soldier yourself.
The Indians are going to wipe out the stagecoach this time. See?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't look very good, does it?
Mm-mm.
But I think I came just in time. Got some reinforcements.
Gee, thanks.
This is a battlefield, make-believe and real. The real battle is the one Gordy Nolte is fighting with tuberculosis. Gordy first contracted tuberculosis of the lungs, and then it spread to his spine and has now dissolved one of the vertebrae in his back and is attacking the others. Gordy will probably spend the next 3 years of his life in this TB hospital fighting tuberculosis. But TB is our fight, too. Every 5 minutes, another American breaks down with tuberculosis. It can happen to any of us, age, sex, rich or poor. It doesn't make any difference. But right now, each of us has the opportunity to join in the fight against TB through our purchase of Christmas seals. Our Christmas seal dollars are needed for chest x-rays, health education, rehabilitation, and for medical research. For Gordy and for thousands who are young and old, the fight against TB is face-to-face. But for us, it's a lot easier. Christmas seals on every card, Christmas seals on every package. And make sure you answer your Christmas seal letter today. It's important. And thanks from FS for CS, Frank Sinatra for Christmas seals.
Kids are impressionable. That's why here at this station, we watch the programs and commercials your child watches carefully. He may see bad guys, but not in the role of heroes. And he'll learn that crime doesn't pay. Because your child's welfare is our concern, too. That's part of our code. The code of the National Association of Broadcasters for television and the greater public interest.
Why don't you meet my friend Stevie here? His father died a few years ago. Steve needs kind of help with a big brother. Big brothers of Los Angeles need more men to be big brothers and more money to continue their work. Help a good boy become a better man, huh?
This is one of my favorite places. It's a marsh that's managed and maintained by Ducks Unlimited. And its sole purpose is to provide a habitat for ducks, geese, birds, mammals, and fish. That gets to be a more important and difficult job each year. And we need your help to keep on doing it. I hope you can attend the Ducks Unlimited fundraising event in your town.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it. Write for Pollution Booklet, Box 1771, Radio City Station, New York.
I know a place that's peaceful and quiet. A place where animals play. It's called the forest, but every year we start forest fires. A careless match or cigarette and poof, fire. So the next time you're in the forest, be extra careful, okay?
If you knew it was me, would you have listened?
They'll say it happened because I was drinking. Sure, I was drinking. But I was also eating. That third double martini was starting to get to me. It's a good thing the waiter brought food. Nothing like a good wine with dinner. With a big meal, it's harmless as water. They'll probably want to give me a blood alcohol test. I don't care. But I'd sure hate to take the test if I hadn't eaten all I did. A meal like I just had really soaks up the alcohol, like a sponge. Oh boy, I kind of overdid it tonight with all that eating and drinking. And everybody knows that you can drink all you want, as long as you eat enough. Sure, Mac, sure.
See this cute little vial here? It's crack, rock cocaine, the most addictive form. You think it's the glamour drug of the 80s? Well, that's the point of this fronted little reminder. It can kill you. And if you've got to die for something, this sure as hell ain't it.
This is a game called Russian roulette. The chances are 5 to 1 you can beat it. 5 to 1 are pretty good odds. But you have to be drunk or crazy to play it. He's playing a game with all the odds against him. At 60 miles an hour, you may be outdriving your lights. And 20/20 vision and the best brakes in the world can't save you. Harry doesn't have 60 at night. You might just as well be blindfolded. Because by the time your lights reveal any obstruction in the road, you haven't a chance in the world of stopping in time. If you drive too fast at night, it's suicide. Take it easy. Remember, the life you save may be your own.
Out of the land of the tobacco plant come a tall, hard-riding, long, lean bloke, feared by his friends and enemies alike, called by the name of Johnny Smoke. Johnny Smoke. Johnny Smoke. Where are you heading, Johnny Smoke? How many saddles will be empty tonight? How many men will lie still beneath the sky? How many tears will be shed because of you? How many more will die? Out of the land of the tobacco plant come a tall, fast-drawing, long, lean bloke, feared by his friends and enemies alike, feared by all who come to know the name of Johnny Smoke.
Now, just a minute, McGee. Fibber, McGee, don't go near that closet.
Don't fret yourself, Bud. I'll find it. It's got to be in here someplace. Holy mackerel. Well, what do you know? My old mandolin. Hello. I'm Jim Jordan. If you're in your 50s or more, you'll probably remember me as Fibber McGee from the radio show Fibber McGee and Molly. As McGee, you can see that I had trouble storing things and had to make every spare inch count. Today, we have a different problem, how to make every dollar count. That's why the American Association of Retired Persons, a national nonprofit organization of almost 6 million members, has a consumer guide booklet on shopping for just about everything. If you're over 55, it's yours free for writing to me, Fibber McGee, AARP, Washington, D.C. I know it's here someplace. I gotta find it.
The tall man with a high hat and a whiskers on his chin will soon be knocking at your door, and you ought to be in. The tall man with the high hat will be coming down your way. Get your savings out when you hear him shout, any bonds today? Come on and get 'em, folks. Come on, skip right up and get 'em. Any bonds today? Bonds of freedom, that's what I'm selling. Any bonds today? Scrape up the most you can. Here comes the freedom man, asking you to buy your share of freedom today. Many stamps today. Give kiddies. We'll be blessed if we all invest in the USA. Sammy, my Uncle Sammy. Here comes the freedom man. Can't make tomorrow's plan. Not unless you buy a share of freedom today. Any stamps, any bonds today.
Hello, folks. I'm John Wayne. You know, with America's bicentennial coming up, we'll be hearing a lot about our early history and making some discoveries. For instance, did you know that when we made the Louisiana Purchase, the money came from loans by the American people? The same thing was true when we bought Alaska, when we built our first transcontinental railroad. Fact is, citizens have been investing their dollars to help America grow ever since 1776. And they're still doing it today with their purchases of United States savings bonds. Buying bonds builds security for yourself as well as your country, and that's not a bad combination. So how about making yourself a part of that 200-year tradition? Take stock in America with United States savings bonds. Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Consumer, do you ever feel that things are out of control? That nothing is going right? That you don't have the upper hand? Well, help is on the way. A new edition of the Guide to Federal Consumer Services The address for a free copy is Guide, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009.
Somebody's going to have a lot of sweeping up to do. Well, now that the war is over, the big job of cleaning up begins. And our bill for cleaning up is going to be pretty big. Because millions of our sons are still in uniform. And some of them, now occupying Germany, must stick around until the last German is educated in the ways of peace. More of our men will have the same job to do in Japan. Others will be brought home to get our gratitude and the benefits of the GI Bill of Rights. These men have rights too. The right to the best medical care and equipment money will buy. Think of the mustering out pay, hundreds of dollars per man, so he can get a new start and an education. Figure too the cost of providing the maximum number of jobs for both the veterans and the production line soldier. Well, they've done their job. Now let's finish ours. They want a war. Now we got to pay for it. And I'm sure that every good American will be glad to help foot the bill. We've never fallen down during any war loan, and now we're asked to buy victory bonds. To bring our men back home, for the termination of war contracts, to prevent inflation, and to provide for our own future. Men and women of the Home Front Army, this victory loan drive is our last chance to buy extra bonds.